Can Oregon make the playoffs and win the national championship in 2023? Short answer, yes. Long answer, it's going to be a lot more difficult than you think. When you start breaking down Oregon's 2022 season, they pretty much had a really good year. I mean, you take away that Georgia game where, as we saw in the national championship, Georgia was going to steamroll anybody that was in their path. You just happened to be the first on the schedule. Then you go down to, I believe it was the Washington game where you just lost because of fourth quarter coaching, and then Bo Nix gets hurt. You lose the Oregon State game. The end of the season kind of just quickly tumbled on its head and fell down the mountain in an avalanche type of style. But it really wasn't as bad as you think. If you look at offensively where you guys competed, how you can improve going into the next season, it's not going to be as bad as it seems. You placed in the top pretty much 15 in every category. Take a look at a couple of these really quick. You were number 8 in yards per game. You were 13th in rushing yards per game. You were number 12 in points per game. The concerning part is you were ranked in the back half, I think back third of the penalties per game with 7, and then you gave up 400 yards per game on defense. Those alone are not going to win you a national championship. You're going to have to be able to compete week in and week out. When you break down their 2023 schedule, the first 4 games should be winnable. You get Texas Tech on the road, you get Colorado at home. Those are the only 2 games in the first 3 or 4 weeks that kind of stand out to me. Then things start to get tough. You go to Washington, you go to Utah, you get USC at home, and you get Oregon State at home. I think, as 2022 proved, the only way that Oregon gets in the national championship, in the playoffs with a chance to make the national championships, you're going to have to go at least 11-1. We saw Alabama get left out 2 losses, Tennessee left out with 2 losses, USC left out with 2 losses, and then TCU and Ohio State both in with 1. So again, in my opinion, you're going to have to go 11-1, and I think where you're going to have to win is you're going to have to win that USC game at home. You're going to have to split Utah and Washington. You don't have to win both of those road games, but you're going to have to win at least one or the other, because both of those teams are going to be ranked pretty high. Both of those teams are going to be relatively tough opponents for anybody. Michael Penix is coming back. Their OC is coming back. Washington's going to be a really good football team. So in order for Oregon to make the college football playoffs in 2023, you're going to have to go 11-1 and win the conference. I think 11-2 or 12-2 conference champ, you don't get in, because you have, just for example, you have Clemson, who's going to be good this year. Florida State's going to be good this year. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia, as always. So it's not like you can't get in. You're not a top 4 team in the country with a 12-2 conference champ record, or 11-13-1 even may not get you in. There's just a lot of talented teams out there that you kind of have to bank on taking themselves out in order to open the door for you to get in. I think Oregon's going to finish 11-1 this season. It's February 2nd. There's a lot could change between now and then, but you get Bo Nix back. Dan Lanning is going to be a more experienced coach this year. Like I said, he cost you a game last year due to a coaching decision that I don't think he would make that same decision in year 2. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think of Oregon going into 2023. Let me know what you think of the recruiting class. I think I saw where they signed like 16 4-stars or something like that. Absolutely absurd amount. Huge gift for Dan Lanning. But again, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you guys think the accurate record or accurate prediction for Oregon will be in 2023.